Four Downs with Rich.
Here we go. And my first down here, post Week 10, 2020, does involve the NFL draft. And let's check on everything going on with draft choices. And I'm not just saying at the top of the draft with the Jets being 0-9 and the Jaguars right behind them. And it's not just that. The Jets draft choice that they get from Seattle is improving with each passing week all of a sudden due to the Jamal Adams trade. Right now, they would be picking 1st and 21st overall. The Jacksonville Jaguars also have a second draft choice this year. It belongs to the Rams in the Jalen Ramsey trade. Unfortunately for them, that's getting worse with each passing day. And guess who's got everything set up because they have a chance to not only win their division and make a run in the playoffs, and not only clearly have a wonderkind quarterback who the rest of the country is fascinated with, but also gets a draft choice of the Houston Texans that improves with each passing week. But the Miami Dolphins, currently on the clock right now, based on everything that's going on, 6th overall is what Houston currently has them. 6th overall. And then their own draft choice, which currently ranks 22nd. Can you imagine Miami wins the division and they pick 6th and 22nd, or even better? And then there's this last point to make on this race for the number 1 overall pick.
Wow.
The most inexplicable and potential impactful win of the season might be Jacksonville's Week 1 win over Indianapolis. That happened.
How did that happen?
The Jaguars have lost every game since. Phillip Rivers threw an interception in the 4th quarter of that game that set up Gardner Minshew for a short field touchdown. They took the lead, didn't relinquish it. And let's just say the Titans win that division by a game. And let's just say Jacksonville doesn't get Trevor Lawrence because the Jets don't win a game. That Week 1 game when Jacksonville's like, hey, Minshew Mania, maybe this could be it.
Unreal.
That just grows more and more wild and impactful with each passing week. Let's go to second down.
Second down.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. We've seen it a handful of times. We did see a flag last night that didn't get thrown for helmet-to-helmet contact, and it was a proper call. But it's so often that you see referees in a bang-bang play based on the fact that they are the first line of defense for player safety in real time, and they take that job correctly and rightfully so. But let's review personal foul penalties, every last one of them. And that does include ones that you think that should be called that wasn't. We did see last night, I think Nick Foles was taken down by or Dalvin Cook was taken down by the inside of his helmet. Let's do it. Let's do it. Because I understand that would be the unintended consequence of saying helmet-to-helmet calls on the field, let's review them and pick a flag up. That would mean that something that doesn't get called should get reviewed, and that would stop a game. And it would be something that you could call, with one of your own coaches' challenges. You could sit here and say, do I want to use it now? Do I not? Is it clear and indisputable evidence on review that 15 yards, what would it mean? Sometimes a 15-yard penalty is just as important as a toe being in on the sideline. That can change momentum. And we also get it right. And it makes it easier for the referees to not have to err on the side of caution by saying, well, that was towards the head and chest area and the neck area. And it wasn't. Let's make this reviewable. That's second down. Let's get to third down here.
Third down.
Hey, man, I don't mean to pile on, but things are going well enough for Giants fans right now, having won 2 in a row. But the Giants could be running away with the NFC East right now.
Danny Wheels.
They could be running away with the NFC East. The first game was dreadful against Pittsburgh. We all remember that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then the Week 2 game, they lose Saquon Barkley. And yet, Daniel Jones had 2 shots to win it from inside the 15-yard line of the Bears and couldn't connect. Week 3, they got blown out by the 49ers. But Week 4, remember they came out here to Los Angeles and they held the Rams to just 17 points? And Danny Dimes had a chance with 52 seconds to go and got intercepted to try and tie that game? And then in Week 5, that was the game in which Dak broke his leg. Cowboys were up by 3 in the 4th quarter, and then Andy Dalton led the Cowboys to 2 field goals in the last 2 minutes to win that game. It's also the last time the Cowboys won. Then the Giants got a nice little gift when Riverboat Ron went for 2 at the end of a game that they could have won or kicked an extra point to go into overtime. They lose at Philadelphia on a Thursday night game that if Evan Ingram catches a pass, they would win. Tampa, they had dead to rights. They had the game tied up if they had gotten a good throw by Danny Dimes, and then they won the last 2 games. Let's flip the Tampa loss to a win, flip the Philly loss to a win, and flip the Dallas Cowboy loss to a win, and the Rams loss to a win. All those games that you could win. You want to just go for it and flip the Chicago Bears loss to a win in the same way that the Steelers, prior to this week, had 3 straight wins where the opponent had a chance to win with no time left? Giants would be running away with this division, and we'd be talking about Joe Judge as Coach of the Year. Fact.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, when a New York City coach does what Joe Judge would be doing with all those wins.
That's true.
I know it's ifs and buts being candies and nuts.
I still think the Giants win that division.
They could.
I still think
they're on a
do.
bye week as Philadelphia goes to Cleveland, a game that they could absolutely lose. And Dallas could win it too, but the Giants could be running away with it right now. They could be 7-3 if some of the balls bounce their way that I just described.
You're right.
4th down.
That would be incredible.
4th down.
That's almost a hot take in itself, Mike, saying the Giants could be 7-3, but
yeah.
Let's go to the masked up plank and check out what Rich has this week.
Thank you, sir, for the tap dancing while I stand up and go get the mask. A hot take plank. I clutch this when I allow myself to go and get a hot take for the. I got the
You're not social distance, but we'll
it's all good.
Mask.
Yeah, well,
the
the plank is an inanimate object. We're just,
of course,
using this for entertainment purposes only.
Obviously.
Okay. Florio and I were talking yesterday about the Steelers, right?
Yep.
And it dawned on me in the middle of that conversation, and it dawned on him as well. The Steelers currently at 9-0.
Oh my gosh, you're really doing this?
No.
And you look at their schedule.
Oh, baby.
I'm going to just go all in.
All right,
the Steelers are going to go 16-0.
Oh, wow.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win their last 7 games and go 16-0. The Pittsburgh Steelers are at Jacksonville this week, right? Then
16-0, man.
Thank you. They're home for Baltimore on Thanksgiving night.
Okay.
They're home for Washington.
Yep.
Now then.
There you go. At Buffalo, baby.
At Buffalo is a Sunday night football game.
Oh, mama.
In front of the whole country. And as you know, you could draw a straight line between Buffalo and Pittsburgh. It's a regional battle.
Yep.
That hopefully will become an annual rivalry because these teams are good. If you remember, Jim Kelly, his Pro Football Hall of Fame ceremony, it was an overflow crowd because everyone came from Buffalo and Pittsburgh, where he's from, to go to Ohio. That one concerns me, and so does, obviously, anytime at Cincinnati, you throw the records out.
Indy, too, man.
Indy at home and at Cleveland. The last 4 will be a bumpy ride, but I'm going to say the turbulence eventually will smooth out. And Big Ben and the Steelers are going to be a perfect 1 seed going into the playoffs.
Wow.
16-0, man.
That's my 4 downs.
That is scorching.
I mean,
woo. Hashtag here we go.
It's possible, isn't it?
I mean, anything's possible.
Hashtag here we go. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.